It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so really interesting stuff. We know that one of the biggest rivalries in the lightweight division, one of the best fights that could be made in the lightweight division, I think, would be the rematch of the 2020 Olympics gold medal match between none other than Keyshawn Davis and Andy Cruz. And speaking of the businessman, Keyshawn Davis, he's going to be the co-main event on, I think it's the co-main event on Teofimo Lopez's card this weekend here in Vegas. He's taking on Jose Pedraza, the sniper, good test, good veteran fighter. He's been very adamant that he feels that his rival from the amateurs, Andy Cruz, doesn't want to fight him. And here's what he said in a recently self-recorded video that he posted to Instagram. He stated the following, and I quote, "That man ain't trying to fight me. I will knock Andy Cruz out. He is just not ready." He then went on by saying, "The longer Andy waits, the worse it's going to get for him." End quote. So listen, man, obviously, right now as it stands, they both got fights coming up. Keyshawn's fighting this weekend against Pedraza. Andy's fighting February 24th out there in Orlando at the Carrier Royale. He'll be on the undercard of Edgar Berlanga, and he'll be taking on a fighter by the name of Brian Zamripa Rodriguez, who's 14-2. So his third pro fight. I don't think that Eddie Hearn is gonna. I truthfully don't believe that Eddie Hearn is gonna be like overly protective of him. I mean, he's a top amateur. He, if you watch his last fight against Giovanni Straffon, Andy Cruz showed sublime improvement in skills, and he looked like a 135-pound version of Jerron Ennis. And it goes to show you that training that he's getting out there in Philadelphia with Bozy and Boots and everyone else involved is doing a lot, for his career, doing a lot for his just his development in the pros, his very quick development in the pros. So I'm looking forward to see how he looks in his next fight. I'm very intrigued to see how Keyshawn Davis looks against Pedraza, because Pedraza, he's been competing mostly at 40 recently, but he's a wily veteran, been champion. Obviously, he's seen some better days, but he's still a really good fighter. Still a good fighter, right? So I think right now, with their fights being so close to each other, that the timelines line up. The timelines are beginning to line up. The timelines are beginning to really take shape, and I don't see why, at the latest, I don't see why we can't be talking about Andy Cruz and Keyshawn Davis in the fourth quarter of this year. As just provided that they both keep winning and doing what they got to do, I don't see why we can't get the fight. I think it's actually a fight the lightweight division needs, because the way I see it, I don't think Keyshawn Davis is going to fight Floyd Schofield next. I think Golden Boy is going to be protective of Floyd Schofield because they don't really have a lot of young top talents or stars to lose. So I think Golden Boy is always going to be a little bit more cautious than the other promotional companies, because their depth and talent, isn't quite as deep. But as far as Keyshawn Davis is a ranked contender in a couple of the sanctioning organizations. Andy Cruz is ranked number 15 in both the WBA and IBF. So now it's not just becoming a fight where I just want to see it for the sake of seeing it. It's becoming a fight where now these two are two legitimate top 15 contenders, and there's a story there. And I don't, honestly, look, really and truthfully, not only do I think this fight should happen, I think it should be the main event and I think it should headline its own card. You could put it here in Vegas at a small venue like the Cosmopolitan or something like that, and put some good fighters on the undercard as well. And I think it'd be a really good fight for boxing. I think it'd be a fight a lot of fans would be intrigued about, because obviously Andy Cruz is gonna say a lot to Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis is gonna say a lot to Andy Cruz. And look, I really do feel like in boxing, we have a culture where sometimes these fighters are a little too friendly in these weight classes. And I love a good rivalry fight. Really and truthfully, rivalry fights are good for the sport. This is, to me, one of the best rivalry fights you can make in the lightweight division. So I don't think it's a fight that should be marinated. I don't think it's a fight that should be cooked any longer. I think, provided that Keyshawn gets past Pedraza and he gets past his next opponent, the third or fourth quarter of 2024 has to be when this fight happens, because it's a fight that boxing needs. It's a fight that I think Andy needs. I think Keyshawn needs it, so they don't have those questions about their legacies in the pros and fighting each other. Also, I think it will provide more clarity as to who is who within the top 15 of the lightweight division. So, you know, that's my take. But Keyshawn Davis says that Andy Cruz don't want to fight him, and make it that with you. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Andy Cruz is avoiding Keyshawn Davis? He says that he will knock him out and that he's not ready. And I know that Keyshawn's pretty much stated in the past that Andy is not really showing that professional style, the professional traits, the professional habits, right? But I thought he showed exponential growth from fight 1 to fight 2. And if he continues to do that, follow that pattern in fight 3, I don't see why we can't make that fight next, you know? If he's not ready, Keyshawn, all the more reason for you to fight him and beat him while he's not ready, you know? So you can finally get a win against Andy Cruz, because you couldn't get one of the amateurs. But, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.